The president's daughter has a diary that's out, and in the diary, she says she was sexually molested and says she was traumatized by being forced to shower with her father. Last story. This is one that most people don't know. This gal, very sexy looking from this cover shoot in Vogue magazine. Nobody's going to know who this is. You're going to be surprised when I tell you. This young lady is Ashley Blazer Biden. She is the 39-year-old daughter of Joe Biden. The reason I'm showing you her picture is a diary of hers has been leaked, and now more and more pieces of it are being publicized. The reason why it's relevant is in the diary, which apparently the FBI says was obtained illegally, and it's been authenticated as hers. Her handwriting, it's handwritten, has been authenticated. In the diary, she talks about her failed romances, her crumbling marriage, her drug addiction, her sex addiction, and her family life, going back to when Biden was president, vice president, running for president. The full 112 pages of the diary have been published. She says in it that she was sexually molested as a child. She doesn't want to give details, but she does say that she was taken into the showers by her father that was traumatic for her and that affected the rest of her life. And as a result, she has deep-seated resentment for her father. And yet nobody knows about this story. Nobody reports on this story, and it's monster huge. Will,
Yep.
Is this just another Biden cover-up?
Russia, Russia, Russia.
And same thing like the Hunter Biden laptop. This is just Russian propaganda. Don't believe it. Don't believe it. It's Russian propaganda. Even though it's been authenticated and it's been, it's 100% factual, it's still
Russia, Russia, Russia.
Every single thing, Barry.
Well, listen, Project Veritas was investigated by the FBI.
Yep.
Because they wanted to know how they got a hold of the diary, and apparently it was found in a hotel room and then authenticated and turned over to Project Veritas. There's been no denial that it's legitimate. It's the same thing as the Hunter Biden laptop.
You're right.
The story was, well, how was it obtained? Well, he left it in an Apple computer store, I think in Virginia or Delaware, right?
And the important thing is not how it was obtained, Barry. The important thing, what does the laptop say? What did the diary say? Isn't that? It's like Hillary writing Clinton's emails. Well, what emails? It's like how did the emails get out? It's not even about how it got out. It's about what's in the emails. It's about the highly classified information that she had. And they always go to something else other than the actual problem.
Well, it's the, hey, look, shiny object over there. Get distracted.
Trump indictment. Don't pay attention.
Yeah.
Don't pay attention. Just like Joe Biden with these docs, these highly classified docs that he should have never had in the first place. And come to find out, there was thousands of them now. Thousands of them, Barry.
But I believe his story. His Corvette was in the garage, and he locked the garage because he cared about his Corvette. And people go, oh, Joe Biden has a Corvette. And all of a sudden, it's a discussion about his sports car.
And him riding around with Jay Leno. I mean, really? But the other 1,000 docs that were found in Chinatown, they didn't even want to talk about those. Oh, that's old news. Like the Hunter Biden laptop, Barry, that's old news. It's old news. Why are we talking about that? We have Trump indictment to talk about. The shiny object.
Well, the good news is we are not going to forget these stories.
No.
We're not going to forget about Joe Biden's daughter. We're not going to forget about the Ebony Alert in California. Okay. We're not going to forget about Nancy Pelosi. She's too old as well. Dianne Feinstein, who's 171 years old and doesn't go to work anymore in the Senate, or Fetterman. These are the stories that we have to keep bringing up. And as long as there's a Dragon Queen show somewhere in America where little children are putting dollars into the G-strings of men whose junk is hanging out, we're going to talk about it until it stops.
So
right?
you hear what they said they're possibly going to do in the state of Florida about these predators going after children. They're probably going to end up on death row. They're probably going to end up on, it just came out, I think yesterday, they started reporting on it, that they're going to end up putting them on death row for being these child sex predators, basically pedophiles, putting them on death row, Barry.
I don't know a father who would argue with that.
But you know what the left is going to say? And they're not going to tell anyone that they're putting pedophiles on death row. They're going to say, oh my goodness, they're attacking the alphabet people group. Look what they're doing. They're attacking the kids again. They're not telling people, just like the pornographic books that they don't tell people that they're removing pornographic books from the bookshelves of schools. They just say, oh my goodness, they're removing books.